And there he is, Old Man Consequences. Hello and welcome back to my channel, guys. And here we are again in FNAF World, Return to Animatronica. Thank you guys for joining me. Guys, as usual, I remind you to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any tutorials or videos I put out. I put a lot of videos out, spooky games, FNAF games. You might want to check them out. Thank you guys for being awesome. Now, let's get into today's video. So in today's video, I actually want to make a video for the new players. There's a lot of confusing things when we first start out the game, and a lot of things I wish I knew sooner at the beginning. So hopefully this video will help you out so you don't have to go through much trouble when you first start out the game, and therefore you stick around longer and play it. So one of the very first tips and one of the most frustrating things I found when I was a beginner, and I wish I knew sooner, was the fact that if you actually go right here to the settings gear right here and you click it, you could turn on the player light at night. So at night it gets really dark, so if you just press this and click this, you could turn on your player light, guys, and that is actually super useful. Trust me, I know at first I couldn't even see where I was going. That's super useful. Another thing that I wish I knew sooner, guys, you have no idea, because it took me so long to find so many characters, and after I found more than half of the characters, I learned that right here, if you press right here, this metal symbol, you can see all the areas of the map, and by clicking them, it shows you the characters. It shows you the characters, how to find them. It actually gives you tips. For example, Little Red Chica right here, it says you could find her in Fazbear Hills, and upon defeating an enemy, she has a chance to appear, but only during the night. And there's a small chance. It doesn't guarantee that she's gonna show up, but there's a small chance. A lot of the AR characters, that's how you find them, by defeating enemies and having a chance to get them to appear. So if you check all these tabs, it gives you helpful tips so you could know how to unlock those characters and possibly where to find them in the map. For example, the marionette here, it says take your friends, spawn and as FNAF 1 crew to summon her in Lily Gear Lake. So I did a tutorial on that if you want help and want to check it out. But those are very useful tips. I wish I knew sooner, guys. I really did. Now, another thing is when you go to your items, something that people don't know is that when you go to your items, there's different tabs. There's items, cosmetics, valuables. Always check your valuables. You never know when you're gonna have tickets or anything valuable here. Blueprints, so you can check out all your blueprints. But one of the most confusing things when we start out the game as new players is the cosmetics. We unlock cosmetics and a lot of them seem to not work. But guys, it's not that the cosmetics don't work. What's going on is that the cosmetics are awfully specific to certain characters. For example, the pirate hats, they're just cosmetics for Foxy, or I'm guessing anybody who has a pirate hat. But right here it says Foxy. For example, if we go right here, this one says Bonbon Cosmetics. And I really wish all the cosmetics had titles, but they don't all say for what character they are. But this one says Guitar Cosmetics. So the only character with a guitar is Bonnie. So that's a cosmetic for him. Some of them are really kind of a mystery. You're gonna have to figure them out. This one says Withered Mask, but it doesn't specify that it's for Withered Bonnie. You could change Withered Bonnie's mask. So the cosmetics when we first start out is quite confusing. But little by little, by testing out which is which and for what character is what, you'll slowly find what cosmetics you could use with what character. For example, this one right here, the TV cosmetic, is only for Lolbit. Who knew? Now, something super useful when you begin the game, guys, is exploring the world. Hidden everywhere. For example, in this little area right here, if you go back here and you see on top of the house, you see a balloon. Well, a lot of the world, there's so many hidden things that you should really be exploring. And here's some invisible trees that you would never notice unless you're paying attention. And if you actually walk back here, you find a hidden character, and this is the way you find that character. So exploring and testing every inch of the game is super important for finding new characters and expanding your collection of FNAF World characters. Another thing is, when you start the game right here, where you spawn in, there is a board right here where you could collect a daily quest. And once you collect the quest, you could go to right here, click it, and see exactly what your quest is so you know how to complete it. Always check around the map and collect all the coins you see. They're gonna be useful, especially if you want to reach other areas in the beginning of the game. Because if you come over here to the paper pals, they're actually a shop. And if you talk to them, and I wish I knew this, I really do wish I knew this at the beginning of the game. It would have been so much easier for me to explore the world and get characters quicker. So you press buy, and over here there are some teleportation orbs. And by buying teleportation orbs, you could teleport to all the areas in the map, guys, and easily unlock new characters. Now, as a beginner, you probably just want to go as far as Liligear Lake, because Black Tomb Forest and Pinwheel Circus are actually quite hard locations where characters are really tough to battle. I suggest exploring Dusting Fields and Liligear Lake to unlock new characters and explore new areas, so you're strong enough to go to Black Tomb Yard and Pinwheel Circus. So another thing is, items drop according to different areas. So just like I was showing you in this tab, where it gives you tips of where to find certain characters, so these are all the different areas of the map. So in Choppy Woods, you're gonna find pieces for the axe. Just like in Dusting Fields, you have chances to run into one of the frozen characters. So these are all the AR characters. Here we have Freddy Frostbear, that's what he's called. And you have a random chance to run into him in Dusting Fields. And by having him, or you have a chance to run into, it's Frostbite Balloon Boy. It's not Plush Trap, it's Frostbite Balloon Boy. With any of those two characters, you could go into Chili Caverns, and inside Chili Caverns you have a chance to unlock Arctic Ballora or Frozen Frostbite Plush Trap, whatever his name is, because I have not unlocked him, because the chances of him showing up, and after he shows up you have to defeat him to have him join you. So the chances are very low, and the survivability when he does show up are very low as well. So it's really been a challenge for me to unlock him, even though I have run into him. So right here, like, VR Freddy, you could only find VR Freddy at Pinwheel Circus. After you defeat an enemy, he has a chance to show up. So there's a lot of characters like Liberty Chica that you could just talk to in the world, and she only requires for you to talk to her as another AR Chica character. Now, some of the toughest characters you might want to get in the game, like these three, they are in Black Tomb Black Tomb Yard. It's like a dark forest looking area. It's called Black Tomb Yard. And the enemies there are quite tough. So you gotta go in with someone that you're confident in winning. And you could unlock some of these AR flame characters. And they all have flamethrower. And I also did a tutorial in that. With the flamethrower, you can unlock the pickaxe, which is super useful to get into the areas of the map you would never be able to get into without a pickaxe. For example, with a pickaxe, you could finally go in underneath Black Tomb Forest into the catacombs and have a chance to find Toy Chica, the Day of the Dead Toy Chica right here. So there's many secrets in the game. Now there's some characters like the Valentine's characters that and the melted chocolate bunny. There's some characters that require you finding lures. So what are lures? Lures is exactly that. It's an item you use to lure a character. Now, if you actually go right here to Lowbit's prop store, you go in here and he welcomes you to the prop store, and this is a Roblox store, which is basically real money. And you could check out the shop, and if you find yourself missing a character and you're really having a hard time, you could actually go here and buy a lure for any specific character. And what will happen is you use the lure, and after you defeat any enemy in the game, you'll have that character appear, but you still have to defeat them once they appear. So make sure you have a tough character to take on that battle once they appear. One very important thing is crafting. You actually, when you see this, you could walk up to it, and right here you could grab the blueprint for the pickaxe. Super useful. Now right here is the crafting table. Always make sure you check your crafting. You never know when you can make even stronger healing items or mysterious items that might be useful for you. Some cosmetics could be crafted. Some lures, not all of them. For example, this is Molten Withered Bonnie's lure, and this is the only way you could get him, and you could craft this lure. You might find special items and the blueprints you need to go and move forward in the story. So always make sure you check your blueprints, guys. So one very useful tip, guys, is when you talk to characters, if those characters are unlockable, they'll give you hints of how to unlock them. For example, here's Blue Blacklight Foxy, and he says, "Hey, it's unusual for me to ask a stranger since it's so late for work, but could you get my ring? It's a memento. Yeah, a memento from a good friend of mine. It should be somewhere in Choppy Woods." So he lost his ring, and he says he forgot it. "I left it there and forgot about it." So he forgot his ring, and that's how he's letting you know how to unlock him. Let's find his ring in Choppy Woods. So right here in the crafting table area, and this is a perfect example of when we should use our player light. Turn that on. It's so hidden and so specific because for example, you'll be using the crafting table and you would never notice, but that right there, that pinkish item right there, you gotta be perfectly hovering over it. Perfectly. If not, you will never notice and you will never know. But that's the ring. And once you click it, you grab it. So that's really hard to find, isn't it? That's why exploring and checking out the details in your surrounding are it's really important for you to explore and find what you need. Now we could return the ring to him and unlock him as a playable character. So that's really useful to know in the beginning. Explore every detail. Well, we made it to the end of the video, guys, and as usual, I encourage you guys to smash that like button and subscribe, especially if this video was helpful for you. I really hope this video was helpful for you, because when I started the game, there was a lot of stuff that frustrated me and almost quit so many times, but I'm actually happy I learned and pushed through. Now you have me to teach you these things so you don't have to go through too much trouble and you can have an easier time exploring this amazing world. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for being awesome. And I hope to see you in the next episode. Peace. Now to find our way all the way into the hidden area. Let's go in this Minecraft creeper looking house. And we're gonna go straight. And then we're going inside this invisible tree. Then we're going this way as soon as we get out of there. Okay. And now there's another glitch tree here, but this one as well. So you want to go through this one, and there it is. This is where we want to go, boys. We go in, and what we actually want to do is we want to head this way. And I believe I get lost. No, 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 it's not this way. We actually want to go around. We don't want to go in that tree, at least not that way. So somewhere, is it this way? Ah, here we go. Now we go in here. We end up in the layer 2 of the tunnels. And we actually want to immediately turn this way and go in this tree. See, this tree looks... It doesn't look anything. It looks sort of different. You gotta actually be exploring around to find this. Then you go in here and you end up in the 3rd layer. So now what we actually want to do is we want to end up going deeper. But how do we do that? Well, I believe the way to do that is there's a glitch towards one of these areas. I believe it's here. Yeah, here we go. Now we turn this way and we find this glitch. And now we're going deep, boys. Everything turns red. No music. Find ourselves in the lake where Old Man Consequences is sitting. And there he is. Old Man Consequences. One of the deepest levels in the code. I'm sorry to say that you have gone too deep into the code. There is no way back up. My name is Old Man Consequences. Come and have a seat, and let's fish for a while. You have nowhere else to go. And now we sit here eternally with Old Man Consequences. But is there really no way out? Well, actually, that's not true. If you were smart enough to have a teleportation on you, you could just use it and find your way out of Old Man Consequences Lake. And then you escaped the end. Run! No, 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 no!